How's it going? I've got a YouTube channel, so I can just say things sometimes that are on my mind. This is one of those times. This is a vlog. It's not really a tutorial or anything like that. It's just my opinion on something. Now, those of you who know me know that I love music, and I love all kinds of music. Some of you are into performance, some of you are into gear or whatever. Me, I'm really into music more than anything else. I love it. I love all types of music, except in general, I don't really like country music. And I got to thinking about it. Why don't I like country music? What's the problem I have with this? Because I can dig almost anything else. Well, I have a theory, and it's just a theory and an opinion. And if you don't like it, that's okay. You can let me know in the comment section how off base I am with this. And please give me some examples to prove me wrong. I'd love to hear them. But I'm of the opinion, after thinking about it, that there's no such thing as a great song that's just country. If a song is great, it's either something that crosses over into the pop charts, or sometimes it's not even recognized as country at all, when by all accounts it should be. And I'll give you some examples of that a little later on in the video. But I was kind of thinking about punk, because I've thought about that a lot too. And I'm not talking about Blink-182 or Green Day or any of that stuff from the 90s. That's rock, and it's very mainstream. I'm talking about the original punk rock from the 70s, where these were acts that really didn't know how to play their instruments very well. They maybe didn't write very well. They didn't sing very well. And they would go into these clubs that featured punk music. CBGB's is the big famous one, but there are others all over the country. They could go in and they could play. And if they went in and played enough, sometimes they got really good. And when they got really good and started learning how to play their instruments and learning how to write music and learning how to sing, they really couldn't be punk anymore. An example of that would be Blondie, for instance. They started out as a punk band, but they got good. And when they got good, you got Heart of Glass, Call Me, The Tide is High, and all that stuff. It's not punk. They became something else. The Clash was like that. The Clash got good and couldn't be punk anymore. The Ramones are the unicorn. The Ramones stayed punk. They never did anything other than punk. And that's fine. They're kind of the oddball. But every other act that I can think of that started out as punk, got good, became something else. B-52s, Pretenders, REM, tons of bands like that. The Beastie Boys started out as punk. And they became something else because they got really good at what they did. Country, on the other hand. Yeah, I think there are certain elements in country songs that are unmistakably country. One thing is like the two-part harmony. And usually it's like a male two-part harmony in the bridges and choruses of songs. Slide guitar, folksy guitar, fiddles. Those are country things, and a twangy voice. Sometimes there are songs that have these elements in them that are so good we don't even think of them as country songs. An example that I'll give you, and you may hate the song, and if you do, I get it. I actually like the song in retrospect, is Starland Vocal Band's Afternoon Delight. By all accounts, that should be a country song. Everything about that song, except for maybe the subject matter in the 70s, should be country, but it's not. This is how big this song was when it came out. Based on that one song, that band got their own TV variety show. And it was hosted by David Letterman. It didn't last very long, but they landed a TV variety show based on that track being so good. And I don't think anybody said, hey, that's a good country song. No, it was a pop song. I'm thinking about the catalog that Eagles put out with Tequila Sunrise, peaceful, easy feeling. What am I thinking? Take It Easy. Those are country songs, but we're thinking they're rock songs. I know they were doing the country rock thing for a while. They were heavily country influenced, but the songs were so good they stayed on the rock and pop charts. Linda Ronstadt, same thing. A lot of her tracks. Now, she did some tracks that did do country, I know, but most of her tracks were top 40 tracks, especially the early stuff. You're No Good, Heat Wave, Blue Bayou. Those should be country songs all day, but they're not. They're pop songs and rock songs. Even the early stuff, from the 50s, like Johnny Be Good. I mean, that sounds very country to me. Now, rock and roll, they talk about, 1955 is when that kind of happened. Before that, country was kind of where you found the cool, simple little songs that were really good. And then when rock and roll happened, they added rhythm and blues to it, and the sound changed. And then that's where all the great songs went. They went to the pop charts, the rock charts. What do you think? Am I out of my tree on this? I mean, if I love, like, so many musical genres, but country is one I have a problem with, why would that be? Maybe because great songs aren't country songs. When a song's really good, it becomes a pop song. The crossover stuff. Okay, that's a thing. It's been a thing for a long time. I've been on promo only since like the mid 90s. And when an artist like Shania Twain or Lone Star or whoever release a song, sometimes there's something called a pop edit. It's the same song minus the fiddle, and the slide guitar. And maybe there's a little bit different percussion behind it. And not only are they pop songs, but they're hit pop songs. A lot of that Shania Twain stuff like this. Lone Star Amazed. Nothing about that pop edit to me says country. The only thing that says country about that song is the band's name, Lone Star. If they would have been called Cool Guys from California, you would have never have guessed that was a country act. Exile, Kiss You All Over. Now, I know Exile did country, but the song Kiss You All Over, it's too good to be a country song. I'm thinking about England Dan and John Coley back in the 70s. Nicer Forever, Really Love to See You Tonight. Tracks like that, we don't think of those as country songs. But then later on, I guess it was in the late 80s, early 90s, England Dan went by his real name, Dan Sills, as a country artist and did some music. And I think he even remade or redid Really Love to See You Tonight as a country ballad. But none of his other stuff was good enough to cross over into the pop charts. His strongest stuff was with John Coley. So, yeah, maybe that was the missing element that Dan Sills needed to have in his corner. I don't know. We don't know what happened to John Coley, but whatever John Coley did, he made Dan Sills a pop star. Name me a good song that's just country. It's never crossed over. A weird one I was thinking about was Stuck on You, Lionel Richie. Now, Lionel Richie, he's an R&B artist, right? Kinda, yeah. Pop artist. Was with the Commodores for a long time. Now, Stuck on You did get country airplay, but I don't think we associate Stuck on You as a country song. The one that nobody associates as a country song, that by all rules should be a country song, except for the very end, would be the Commodores' Sail On. Give that song a listen and tell me why that's not a country song. The only reason it's not is because it's too good to be a country song. Country has this folksy feel to it. Speaking of folksy, I'm thinking about bands like America. Horse with No Name, Ventura Highway. That's folks. That's like folksy music, like what country should be. But it's not country. It's too good. Another act that I think was very accepted by country, but really was too good to just be country. It was pop too. I know you can laugh if you want to. John Denver. I mean, I don't think that John Denver ever said, Yeah, I'm a country artist. He was accepted by the community, but he was a pop artist. He was a folk artist that wrote incredible stuff. Whether you like it or not, it just was. And it was too good just to be country. I don't know. That's my silly vlog today. You can not like me if you want to. You can like me if you want to. You can comment. Prove me wrong in the comment section. But this is just a vlog, something I want to get off my chest. I'll do this when I feel like it. If you like this kind of video, let me know. If you hate it, let me know. I don't care. Either way, you can let me know. I can take criticism. But yeah, maybe that's why I don't like country. Because great songs transcend country. Or are so good they're not even recognized as country. Just a theory. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with me. I appreciate you so much. We'll see you next time. Practice and enjoy.